Hey everybody, it's Alika Lifty, and today let's brew our Ethiopia Worka Carbonic Maceration as an espresso offering. While a relatively small batch of coffee compared to our usual Worka offerings, we still have a pretty good amount of this Ethiopia Worka, so we are going to feature an espresso video for it. A really special coffee, carbonic maceration processing. Go into a lot of detail about it in the filter video, but essentially it's a longer, slower fermentation, similar to wine fermentation, carbonic macerated wines, where the CO2 produced in the cherries are popping the skin, essentially, or macerating the cherries. So we get a lot of soluble material. What this means is a very rich espresso, especially because we have a coffee that's relatively easy to extract, and then we add more temperature and pressure to it. Just get a lot out of this coffee. What that does is actually add a nutty characteristic to the espresso that we don't experience in the filter offering, and it actually lends itself to a very balanced shot of espresso that I really enjoyed. So yeah, let's get down to the recipe. It's a relatively standard recipe. The only difference is how we actually experience it. But let's get going. We are going to brew with 20 grams of coffee, which, yes, is a lot for an Ethiopian coffee, but it's gonna taste really good. And I am going to extract 50 milliliters out, and this should take about 24 seconds. So, this is almost like my default Colombian recipe, minus a single second. It's really nice. If it pulls too fast, it's gonna be a little watery, it's gonna be a little sour. If we pull too long, then that nuttiness becomes kind of astringent, kind of like unroasted pecans, and it just covers up a lot of these fruity flavors. But when we are balanced, we get a very nice peach and lemon acidity, honey, and chamomile. So very floral, sweet, bright espresso with a little bit of pecan in there. Very nice straight espresso, and carries through pretty well in milk. That pecan kind of sticks around, becomes really creamy. It's kind of peaches and cream, kind of like a peach praline. I would still recommend this recipe in larger milk beverages, not just the small ones. Small ones are just a personal preference. But this espresso, even for an Ethiopian coffee, is going to handle itself really well in larger milk drinks. But in a cappuccino, it tastes just as described and just gives us a very nice experience in there. Until I haven't used this kettle in a while. All right, serve and enjoy.